There is a kid in our church who comes up to me after Mass pretty much every weekend and says, "Father Scott, you are the best priest ever in the whole world." And I love it. Last year, a man left an angry voicemail for me in my office that said, "You are the worst priest. You don't even deserve to be called a priest. You should take your collar off and throw it away. You're nothing but a phony." Both of those were about the same person. Which one am I? We're hearing today about Jesus getting that in a big way. He gets it. Today he got the royal treatment. Probably the highest praise a person can get, to have others bow down before them. Can you imagine what that was like for Mary and Joseph? Can you imagine the goosebumps, the scratching the head, the awe of the whole thing? But right next door, in another part of town, Herod was furious and wanted him dead. So was he this incredible being who needed to be worshipped? Or was he a problem that needed to be eradicated? Which was he? Every human being experiences this on some level. If you are lucky, and most of us at some point in our life have someone to do this for us, we will be told, at least at some point, "You are wonderful. Oh, you are brilliant. You're perfect." But not everybody will say that. You probably have already in the past, or will have somebody say to you, "You're lousy. You're stupid. You're a phony." You know what's even worse than that, I think, is when someone flip-flops on us. Someone who used to praise us or used to really love us then says, "You've gotten stale. You've lost it. You're not what I thought you were. You're a phony." What are we supposed to say to ourselves? What are we supposed to do when something like that happens? Well, Jesus' life shows us that we have to stop depending on other people's opinions to tell us our worth. That is not how we find out who we are and how much we matter, by other people's opinions. I mean, today we are celebrating that he was worshipped by foreign kings. But later, in this exact same Mass, we're going to focus on a different day when people jeered at him and said, if you're the Son of God, come down off the cross. Oh, you can't? Well, then I guess you're a phony. You're a faker. You're a blasphemer. The same person. So we cannot depend on other people's opinions to show us our worth. In fact, we have to figure out how to get our worthiness completely off the table, because that is not up to anybody else but God. When I first became a priest, someone gave me some advice. They said, "You are going to hear people tell you, you are the best in the world. And when they say that, you should say, You're also going to have other people say, you're the worst, you're lousy, you're a phony. And when that happens, just say, Don't pick up the praise and don't put down your worth," they said. At St. Mary's, we have a plaque on the wall in the office that says, "Don't let praise go to your head. Don't let criticism go to your heart." We have to figure out how to take our worthiness off the table. I had a friend who taught me this in a big way. He's somebody who knows antiques really well, but you can't tell that by looking at him. He probably could go on that Antiques Roadshow, but he looks like an average guy, and he loves going to yard sales. So this was a couple years ago in Otsego County. He walked into somebody's yard sale, and he saw a bedside table there with a $20 price tag on it that was worth thousands. He could see, he knew the piece. It was an heirloom. It was rare. It was vintage. And so he thought to himself, am I going to tell the owner of this thing that price tag should be $5,000? Or should I just buy it for $20? And he thought, it would be more interesting to get their response. So he went up to the woman running the yard sale and he said, I just want you to know, I deal in antiques quite a bit, and this table here, it's worth thousands of dollars, and you've got a $20 price tag on it. And she said, that table? We always thought that was ugly. Now, her thinking that was ugly, did it affect the value of the table at all? Just because she slapped a price tag on it in ignorance, that didn't affect its value at all. The value of anything and anyone does not depend on the price tag. So we have entered now the year 2020. Isn't that the kind of vision that you want to have? 2020 vision? So maybe this is a chance for us to see things a little more clearly. How does God want us to see this issue differently? Is there a way for us to separate our identity from other people's opinions? Can we let go of that? Can we allow people to think what they want to think, but not get caught up on it? Do I think that my gifts are only worthwhile if someone else accepts them? Can I only have peace if other people approve of me or praise me? Was Jesus able to, in his core, handle it just as well when the Magi came and told him that he was the King of Kings as when people told him he was a phony and a liar? Can I do that when someone tells me I'm the best, or they tell me that I'm the worst, or they tell me you used to be good, but now you're stale? We have to figure out how to get our worthiness off the table because God tells us who we are. First book of the Bible, we are made in God's image and likeness, and our worth is infinite. Jesus shows that. Our worth is infinite, and God determined that. No one else gets to come up and slap a price tag on us and determine our value. And we need to remember that because there are a lot of days that we may receive some applause for something that we did, or someone might let us know how much they care and admire us. But there are a lot of other days. The Magi don't show up at your door every day, after all, do they?